Welcome to Fastang 444. Influenced finish. Influence means the ability to have an effect on someone or something, often with positive intentions, while manipulation refers to controlling or influencing someone through dishonest or unfair tactics, primarily to serve one's own interests, often at the expense of the other person's well-being. No one was hurt here. Influenced finish. This is Arena 13, and I will try to influence the finish over on the left there, that road that actually crosses the dam at the reservoir.
Head-to-head's complete. Get ready for the final showdown!
I'll attempt to influence the finish roughly over this direction. Exit right around 3 seconds, and when the finish point appears, success. And this finish actually looks to be closer to Atlantis to Tula, not the suspension bridge tunnel road. So I will roughly follow along this road and then angle over to the right as I get closer. And I need to open up the map, see where the finish is, and I'll pause that. You can see it's in the waterways that is downstream from Cascade Falls. And I opened up the map again. As I said, I just opened it for a moment, but I paused it there so you could see. So I will start angling over to the right. And because it is in the waterways downstream from Cascade Falls, there's an intersection that's ahead and it kind of has a point on it. When I see that, I know to turn to the right at this intersection and roughly follow along this road where it bends to the left. I will follow that road to the left, and then the tricky task of going through the trees in the waterways that's downstream from Cascade Falls begins. Still in first place. I wind up in second place through here, and watch this. I'll slow this down and zero in on this. That is an AMG-1 that hits those rocks in the waterway there and tumbles and flips as I pass them over to the finish for the win here. Wow, was that close.
Horizon, please congratulate the Eliminator!
As you can see, it's 4 drivers left, and I engaged in that head-to-head with that level 4 BMW. They just kind of stayed there. I think out of anger they try ramming me. And this is Arena 14. I make a last-second decision to go west. I thought possibly the other 2 drivers would get caught out of position for the final showdown, but there was a vehicle over on the right there that looked like they were going to head north. So myself and this BMW X5 are heading west. And because it was a last-second decision, I am going to be late on my exit. But it winds up being successful at influencing the finish. You see that? So the belief that you have to exit at a certain time is untrue. I think having that other vehicle nearby was a factor. 50% of the vehicles were heading this direction. So I think that was a factor, but I also think from all of the times I've tried this and failed, it's just a random thing that sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So still 4 drivers left. Sometimes the vehicles that went through a lot of head-to-heads and got into level 10s will quit the game. And there are 2 drivers remaining in this that are very skilled players, and they were in level 10s fairly early on in this game, and they went through and just started picking all the other drivers off. So I had to play a bit of a cautious game, not to cross paths with them and not fall victim to their trap. And that's what led me to influence the finish. And I'll jump down into the hotel pool area as I cross the finish.
Welcome to the secret society of the Illuminati! Oh, shh.
This is Arena 14, and I made a late decision to head east rather than west like I did in the previous game from Arena 14. So I will roughly follow along this road, cut across this, switch back to the right. I will be late on my exit, so as I mentioned in the last video, the time that you exit doesn't really determine where the finish will be. It's a random thing. So I open up the map in the straightaway here, and the finish is around the southeast side of Teotihuacan, the pyramid drag strip. So I will roughly follow along the suggested route. There is a ridge that is ahead. I will go on the low side of this ridge here. There's a dirt road that goes off to the right here. So far so good. I am in first place, surprisingly. There are some higher level vehicles that are in this final showdown, but in Arena 14 it sometimes is typical for people to get caught out of position in late head-to-heads, and I think that might have been the case. There was one vehicle that left the arena early and was eliminated. I'm not sure what level vehicle they were in. I'm in second place here, so this is going to be a close finish. I'm in first now. Look at how close this finish is. That was a level 8 Nissan GTR.
Welcome to the secret society of the Illuminati! Oh, shh.
Only one head-to-head that game. This is Arena 15, and that's the drag strip off to the left there through the aerodroma. So let's try influencing the finish up the coast. Let's see how I do on the exit here. I exit at 2.5 seconds, I would say, and I am successful again. So pretty much just follow along this road here. 3 drivers left, and finish is right on the coast. Where the road bends off to the right there, I will continue on straight over towards the beach. And I will go around the roads that are around the hotel there and just stay on the beach. As I get closer, then I will go over to the finish. And one of the drivers left. I might have done the same. If I remember correctly, in this game they were both level 10s that were also picking people off throughout this game, which led me to play a cautious game and influence the finish successfully for the win.
Welcome Welcome to the shadowy ranks of the Illuminati!
This is Arena 16. This is the final arena that is west of Horizon, Mexico. And I am going to try influencing the finish northwest towards the Baja. And there are some skilled players in this game in level 10s. So I found not using the paved road to influence the finish is preferred. I exit at 0 seconds, so again, that is no factor on where the finish will be, what time you exit. Yeah, by following that paved road, a lot of times that's where the other drivers will line up and they will follow you if you are trying to influence the finish. By going off-road, they don't necessarily know that you are trying to influence the finish and can't follow you then. So I will just roughly follow along this road here. This heads over to the tall dune that has that tower on it. And the finish is just beyond it, over on the road on the shoreline here.
Horizon, please congratulate the Eliminator!
As you can see, in this game I engaged in a late head-to-head with this level 7 Porsche Cayenne, myself in a BMW X5 level 4. And I am very familiar with this head-to-head. There is a road configuration ahead that is roughly shaped like a vase. This dotted dirt road has a strip of houses on it, so I know to go to the right around the top of the vase. They wind up going around the left side, and it winds up being a close finish, but I do beat them. And I am actually going to decline the Porsche Cayenne and just stay in the BMW X5. And the arena is shrinking, so I will get in position for influencing the finish north. You see someone just got into a level 10 there. So I kept opening up the map. I'm going to go along the Bat's Head on this road over here, and I wanted to get in a position where I could try and time my exit around 3 seconds, roughly go that direction. I could see I was very early, so I had to slow down to a crawl here. So I wasn't able to have speed as I exited, but I did exit at 3 seconds. Not that that really matters. And when the finish point appears, it is influenced where I had hoped it to go. And I open up the map and I see just follow this road all the way to the finish. If you go off to the left, there are a lot of rolling hills and trees, and they will slow you down. Even though this is a little bit farther route, this is a flat paved surface to follow all the way. I think there's a tunnel that I go through up here. There it is, and then just beyond the tunnel I will turn left. Stay on the road. I guess I could have cut across that one section there, but I am not sure about the terrain. Let's stay with the plan. Keep it on the road. 3 vehicles on the mini map. One is off to the left, so they look like they tried to influence the finish north around the base of the mountain. But look at the terrain they're trying to go over there. There's no way they're going to catch me. Don't keep it on the road. I had to run into something, I guess. Or the wind. And let's hit the brakes and let those heat up.
Horizon, please congratulate the Eliminator!
In this game, I'll start out showing you. I'm hiding between these buildings over here. This is right near the church ruins in the lava field, and I do not know how this vehicle found me. They come over and challenge me, and I get hung up where I thought I wasn't going to be able to get out of here and lose this head-to-head, so I had to back out of there. And off we go. Look at how far ahead they are. It's unlikely that I am going to win this. I actually thought about rage quitting because I was frustrated that, one, they found me, and two, that I was hung up between those buildings where I thought I had such a great hiding spot that I could escape out of. But watch what happens here. That great lead that they had disappeared. They ran into either those buildings or that tree there. So I will go off to the right here, around that dirt road to the left. That's a strip of houses. This is a road configuration roughly shaped like a vase, and I know there are buildings on that dotted dirt road there, and there isn't enough time to complete the head-to-head. This is Arena 19, so I need to go over to the road on the right here. I thought that was the road that goes along the Bat's Head. I was wrong. I'll pause here for a little bit and leave about 11 seconds. Let's go. And I exit right at 2 seconds. And the finish appears. It looks to be very similar to the previous influenced finish. So follow along this road to the right through Guanajuato. And I will open up the map as I get closer. This was, I think, around 5 days after that previous game that I just showed you. So it was fresh in my mind that this would work and what route to follow. Not to go off to the left through the rolling hills, which I didn't. I followed the road in the previous game that I showed you. So I continue on this road. See multiple vehicles over on the left. It's unlikely they're going to catch me, and this finishes right on this road. It looks almost to be the identical finish of the game I just showed you that I won, influencing the finish. So let's not hit the rocks this time. It is. I decide to just go over and park on the railroad tracks and let the train run into me here.
Please congratulate the Eliminator!
I was upside down, so it reset me over on the tracks, and I only had one head-to-head that game. The head-to-head I showed you, and I left the vehicle here to get hit again by the train. I thought that was fun. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video along with all of my videos. And if you enjoy my content, subscribe, please. Help me get to 1,000 subscribers. I really need your help.